Welcome back to Turn Pain into Power podcast. This episode is going to be about toxic relationships, and I will give personal experiences. Today's topic is going to be about healthy relationships do not seek to control or compete with you. I will also be giving abusive tactics that abusive people use to control you and to put you down and destroy your self-esteem. Also, I will give some personal experiences of how I dug myself out of a toxic relationship with my ex narc. Please remember to go ahead and check out my custom t-shirts. Link is in the bio, also on your screen. www.custom-art-t-shirts.myshopify.com. Yes, so let's hop right into today's topic. So I have learned some of the toxic tactics that abusive people use by personal experience and by going through it myself with a toxic ex narcissist. So abusive people tend to always try to be in control. And so what I find is to them, control equals love. So we're not talking about a normal person that has any type of authentic, genuine love to offer or any authentic, genuine intentions. Their intentions are always to be in control and to be above you. So what I find is that they always try to steal your shine. They are attracted to people that have a beaming light. They're attracted to people that are intelligent. You'll never find them with somebody that has nothing to offer, unlike them. So I find that they try to outshine you, and anything that you try to shine, they will try to outshine you and steal your light. Yes, and they're always in secret competition with you. And you may be wondering, like, well, why does it feel like anytime I am good at anything, they try to dim my light? Well, what happens is that, especially a narcissist, in my situation, I was with a narcissist, so my ex-narc, the only way they feel powerful is if they're above you. So what happens is that if they feel that they are losing control over you, they will automatically react by trying to dim your light, because that is the only way to stay in control and feel powerful. It's a pretty sad and pathetic way to live when you think about it, that even in a relationship where you should be both supporting each other, their inability to support you strives because they are unable to be good at anything. They are unable to be good at anything, and they're always in secret competition with their friends, and the people that they're in a relationship with. So the dynamic is pretty sick. It's disgusting, really, because you will never get the love that you give out to them. And why is that? Because think about it. If somebody is in secret competition with you, and somebody wants to always be above you because their idea of love is control, how can they control you if you're above them? So if you are rising to a higher level than them, they automatically, instinctually have to bring something out of them to make you feel down, to dim your light. I remember, I'll give you a personal experience. I remember when I was looking for a job, and this was about a year ago. I was looking for a job, and something that you have to keep in mind with a narcissistic individual is that you never want to tell them your plans, because being in secret competition with you and envying you will have them always trying to dim your light, will have them always trying to wish you bad, in a sense. Like, if you're trying to get a job, it won't happen if you tell them. And I'm living proof of this. The one career choice that I made that I did not discuss with this person, I got, and I strived, and it was the highest paying position that I've gotten. So that is just an example. So I remember a specific situation when I was applying. One thing about me is I'm a go-getter. So before things hit the fan, baby, I'm gonna go get it. So I'm over here applying and, trying my best to keep my head above water. And this person is over here wishing that I don't land a position. Then the position that I did land, you go to share how you accomplished something. And I remember that they would make you feel down. They would make you feel worse. And how do they do that? Simple. They will say that they used to do that when they were at a teenage. That they got that position when they were in a teenage. They will bring things up to dim your light, to clearly show you that what you've accomplished isn't shit. Excuse the language. And after that, I remember like, man, this person really doesn't have good intentions with me. They really don't want me to strive at everything, because why would they want you to strive at anything when they seek to control you? When they only feel powerful if they're controlling somebody. Exactly. So so when you think about it, it all makes sense as to why they never want their partner to accomplish anything above them. So long story short, the next position that I applied for was a very high paying position, and I was very experienced, and I just didn't let them know anything, down to the point of the interview. And one thing about a narcissist is they have some type of intel where they can feel where something's going on behind their back, even if it's nothing to cheat them or betray them. So I remember when I had the interview, they were calling my phone back to back. They were at work, so I couldn't understand why they kept calling. I didn't pick up because I was in an interview. I didn't explain why I didn't pick up. So as soon as they feel like you are slipping away, they they don't got no control over you, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, baby, and the beast will come out. They only feel powerful if they're in control of you. So they will literally turn on you like The Walking Dead. I specifically remember how the narcissist reacted when they didn't have any more control over me. And they honestly react as if you're trying to hurt them, as if you're doing something wrong to them. And when you think about it, abusive people act like you either take my abuse or, God forbid, you stand up for yourself. Like, God forbid you call me out on my shit. You either take my abuse or the hell with you, or all hell breaks loose. It's quite laughable after you heal, but in that process that you are taking so much abuse, so much emotional abuse, especially emotional abuse, because the wounds they will heal when it comes to physical, but when it comes to emotional abuse, they tend to be a slower healing process. The power of words, the power of breaking somebody down emotionally and making them feel like everything they do is wrong. But yes, I definitely, just to be real, narcissists are extremely delusional people and insane. They are insane and delusional as fuck. Delusional AF. Seriously. The narcissist and any abusive person really only feels like the man, only feels powerful when they are emotionally controlling you, manipulating you, or love bombing you. And I remember, based on personal experience, I remember that it was only when he was controlling me emotionally, preferably negatively hindering me emotionally, not controlling you positively emotionally. But I remember that is when he would feel most in control and most like the man. Most definitely when he was love bombing, painting all these, promises. Yes. So one thing I learned about a narcissist is that they are only satisfied when they are fulfilling their agenda. Genuine intentions, that's never the case. So whenever they are manipulating you, love bombing you, trying to control you emotionally, mentally, or physically, trust and believe there is a agenda in place. I'm gonna give y'all my testimony on how I was able to get out of a toxic relationship with a narcissist. So y'all, once I realized that this person brought no good intentions, no value to my life, and just seek to control me, and I'm talking about not just that, but when you're not able to count on these type of people, so they take no accountability for their actions, they don't have any pure intentions, it's like, what is your purpose in my life other than to slow me down, to bring me down, literally stagnate me and dim my light and suck my good energy and destroy my spirit? Like they say, the demons come to kill, steal, and destroy. And once I realized that, I completely disconnected from this person, and they hate that. They hate that. Let me tell y'all that you got to be careful with these demons, because they can react by either trying to dismiss you, or they can react by getting very aggressive, you know what I mean? Or they can be neglectful towards their children if you have children with them. You know, once you realize that the narcissist doesn't care about nobody but their self, they don't care about their kids, they use their kids as tools to hurt you, then you see no value in keeping them around. I mean, you can't count on them for nothing. Their inability to do anything right, constantly bringing chaos into your life. You know, there's no value to having them around. And to be honest, that is, when you reach that point, you really do free yourself from all of this pain that they cause you. And, you know, when you're able to turn that pain into power, which is the name of this podcast, my movement, what I stand firm on, then baby, they look, birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. They flock, baby. They disappear. Once they have no control over you, thank Lord that they, you know, if they can't control you, they don't see no purpose in being around. So they don't care about not being there for their kids. Beware of them. When you completely disconnect from these type of people, they act offended. And what they will do in order to regain control is that they will try to start a fight with you in an attempt to get negative energy out of you, because it's all about energy. So, yes, what I can honestly say is that when you are ready to disconnect from these people, completely disconnect from them. Like, be so unbothered with anything they try, you know, completely disregard anything that they try, because whatever you do, they will try to get negative fuel out of you, and it's not worth it. You know, life is too short to be sitting here with somebody that means you no good, doesn't add anything, doesn't add value, doesn't add to, you know, to help the weight of life. You know, life is heavy already as it is. For you to have somebody that will drag you down and consistently try to dim your light, because they're just out here trying to control and feel powerful. Because to be honest, they feel so little. They are so pathetic that is the only way that they can keep going. And that's why I say that they don't care what type of supply they get, as long as they get supply out of somebody to be able to feed their ego. Now remember, people, the devil will attack you at your weakness. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a story time. So I grew up in an abusive household, both emotionally and verbally abusive, where none of my good efforts will go acknowledged. I was highly criticized. Anything I did, there was nothing I can do right. So I became a people pleaser. So going out to the world to search for validation that you don't get at home is a big mistake, because you will get yourself into relationships with toxic and abusive people, because you will search validation from people that hold the same traits as the people that you are getting that emotional abuse from at home. So becoming a people pleaser and searching for validation outside the home, from friends, from people that I was in a relationship with, you know, it's the easiest way to make you a target for abusive people, especially people that seek to control you, like abusive men, narcissistic men. I remember, the devil will attack you at your greatest weakness. So as I was reflecting, I realized, wow, the devil has been sending abusive men my way since the young age of 17, since I could remember, since I first started dating. So just always remember that the devil will attack you at your greatest weakness, and he will send his demons to fulfill that assignment to attack you. So I want to give you some of the abusive tactics that, as I was reflecting, I realized that a lot of these abusive men would use to control me, to both control me emotionally and mentally, and even physically, because if they can control your mind, they can control what you do. So I'm going to give you 4 abusive tactics. Number one, if you call them out on their shenanigans, or if you don't do what they say, they will try to put you down on your appearance. That's number one. They will try to insult your intelligence. That's number two. They will try to neglect you by not giving you any attention. So withdrawing, basically rejecting you. That's number three. And number four, which I think is one of the forms that will hurt you to the core the most, is gaslighting. Basically a person that is denying you of your reality. So by not taking accountability of their actions and flipping it around, they're emotionally abusing you by making you believe that didn't happen. Basically, they're making you feel crazy. All of these manipulative, abusive tactics are tactics that abusive men or women use to get you under their control, to overpower you. And they will whip out these tactics left and right. When you call them out on their shit, when you decline whatever, when you establish boundaries, or where you just say no, where you decline whatever they're asking for and you refuse to go with their flow. So yes, I hope this helps. I know this will help somebody out there that is currently in an abusive relationship or currently healing from an abusive relationship, because a lot of the times we sit here and we question ourselves. Like, they make you question your reality because they take no accountability with their grandiose ego. And by doing so, what they do is they abuse you. So they're emotionally abusing you. I wanted to share this with you guys. I wanted to give y'all, these tactics, because if these sound familiar, my biggest advice is to go the other way. Go left. Get out as soon as possible. When you disconnect from these people and you refuse to stay in contact, you are pushing them to live in their reality, because they are very delusional, and withdrawing any type of energy that they can get out of you. Because remember, they prefer negative energy, because it takes more energy to get mad than to be happy. It takes way more energy for you to feed into somebody's negativity and get mad than for you to actually be happy. So once you turn the other way and basically make them live in their misery to drive their self insane, or drive whatever other supply, remember, they don't care what other supply they have as long as they have somebody to drive crazy and live in their insanity. Like they say, better you than me. If they can drive somebody else crazy instead of you, big ups. Yes. So yes, I hope this helps. Remember to go ahead and check out my custom t-shirts, www.custom-art-t-shirts.myshopify.com. So yes, I hope this helps, and I hope you guys have a blessed day, and thank you for tuning in to Turn Pain into Power podcast. I hope that if you are realizing that you are in an abusive relationship, that you do what's right for you. Put your mental health first and start thinking about your peace, because they will never give you peace. They strive off of chaos. Controlled chaos is what they call it, because they are fully in control of the chaos that they are creating in your life, and they strive off of that. It gives them energy to see you get down, to destroy you. You know what I mean? So these people are demonic, and I wanted to share this because in order for us to really start realizing, hey, I'm in a toxic relationship, or I'm in an abusive relationship, I need to get out, we need to start spreading the word, sharing the knowledge. I wish I would have had this knowledge. I wish I would have had a channel I could tune in and start peeping what I was going through, because when you're in the midst of it, you are blinded. And another thing that they hate is a woke person. A person that's not blinded or confused can't go for it. You are very easily controllable when you are in a confused state of mind. So yes, have a blessed day, And thank you for tuning in to Turn Pain into Power podcast.